Hi, good morning. Hope all of you can hear me clearly and the video is coming clear. Hi, everyone. Good morning, Avinash. Hi, Mangshu, Jaina, Jinal, Jitendra, Kuldeep, Mandeep, Paramita, Rahul. Hi, welcome. Very good morning. Very good morning. Vikas Kesarwani. Okay, super. Let's get started. So, what are we going to talk about today? Today's session, as usual, is on the same lines like every day. Okay. So tell me, how many of your clients would still stay with you if the returns were average for the next 3 years? If the returns were average for the next 3 years, write yes in the chat box or no in the chat box, depending upon what you think it would be. How many of your clients would stay with you if the returns were absolutely average for the next 3 years? When was the when was the last time a client booked a meeting with you without you asking? Somebody booked a meeting with you without you asking for it. Did it ever happen? Did it ever happen that somebody booked a meeting with you without you even asking for it? Do your clients talk to you only about investments or also about their fear, confusion, and regret? Do clients talk to you only about investments or do they talk to you about their fears, confusion, and regret as well? Keep writing your responses in the chat box. Today, let me also tell you that today's session would be few minutes above 10:30 as well. So there is a small poll that we are going to run. Very interesting one. I will let you know the details closer to that time. Okay. उसी वक्त के आसपास मैं बताऊंगा कि exactly क्या होने वाला है आज. Most of you don't have a client problem. It is a conversation problem. It is a conversation problem. Your clients are not confused about markets. They're definitely confused about themselves. They don't know why do they panic, why they delay decisions, why they keep switching from one fund house to the other or from one mutual fund distributor to the other, why they feel uneasy even when portfolios are absolutely fine. All of this keeps happening. And here is the brutal truth about this. Most MFDs keep trying to fix this with more data, more logic, and more product talk. Right? Yes, if you are agreeing to what I'm saying, every time a client is panicking or delaying a decision, or they're switching from one MFD to the other or from one fund to the other, and they feel uneasy even when the portfolios are fine, most MFDs try to fix this with more data, more logic, and more product talk. Right? Yes, in the chat box, if you are agreeing to what I'm saying today. But behavior is not solved by logic. It is revealed through reflection. That's why review meetings feel heavy. That's why follow-ups don't convert. That's why client says, I will think about it and then disappear. Today, I'm not going to give you a script to sell anything. I'm going to give you a tool to make clients talk. Not talk about NAVs, not talk about returns, talk about how they actually behave when it comes about investments. Because the moment a client hears himself speak the truth about his behavior, something will shift deep inside them. Trust will rise, conversations will start with full honesty. This is not a theory. This is not a framework. This is definitely not a framework that you will use later. You're going to send this today to at least one client. All right. So that's the promise with which we are starting today's session. Do I have that promise that what we pick up today, you're going to send it to at least one client today? without any expectations. Without any expectations. And let's see what's in store. I'm not promising that you will all receive a response. Every conversation will start, but it's going to be a start. We are all going to see a shift within ourselves. All right. So, on that note, let me share my deck and start today's presentation. Give me a minute, please. Right. I'm going to share my screen. Yes. So, can you confirm that you can all see my screen today? It clear? It is all right. Super. Thank you. Good. So, it is a behavior quiz. So, how do I re-engage with somebody who is a silent person? Okay. So, what is the silence paradox? Most clients do not ignore you because they are busy. They ignore you because your message gives them no reason to respond. If we say, let's review your portfolio, shall we catch up sometime? Please let me know a convenient time. All of that doesn't trigger any kind of urgency. It has got zero urgency and zero curiosity. Standard request asks for time without offering any value. It is a standard request. What is the psychological shift that we are going to target here in after? People don't respond to requests. They respond to self-reflection. I'm going to talk about what it is. What is the old way? The old way is a pushing. Asking for a meeting puts the client on the defensive. You are asking. It feels like a daily core. The new way is to pull the person towards you, attract that person towards you. The behavioral quiz makes the client think about themselves. It triggers an internal shift and a validation. So, what are the rules of engagement? Who is this for and who isn't for? Who it isn't for? Use this for your existing clients. One, old clients who have become silent, referrals who definitely know your name, and finally, prospects who have interacted with you at least once. Do not use it for cold leads or total strangers. These strategies relies on a baseline of familiarity to be effective. There has to be certain at least 5, 10%, 15% of familiarity for this to be effective. Okay. So what is the mechanism? There are 4 archetypes: A, B, C, D. A is for the tracker, anxious about returns and watches closely. B is the investor, prefers detachment but avoids looking. C is the reactor. You can take a screenshot of this slide if you want. Only engages during panic. And D, the unsure one, who has lost track of allocation or strategy. Okay. So the clients have to be categorized into 4 distinct behavioral patterns: the tracker, the investor, the reactor, and the unsure one. Okay. So what's the script? Okay. Quick question. Quick. Is my screen not, is the slides not visible? Paramita, Suman, can somebody confirm whether you can see my slide? Because I got a message that it's not visible. It's visible actually. So maybe Suman, you can quickly drop off and come back. That sometimes solves the problem. Or maybe the slide is on the other part of your screen. Maybe you have to slide it a little. Just exit and come back. I think that 90% of the 99% of the times it solves the problem. Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned today, the session would be for a few minutes more because we are going to run a poll about something coming up. Okay. Quick question, purely out of curiosity. Which one feels most like you right now? It's a question. Number A, I track my investments regularly and worry when returns don't show up. B, I invest and prefer not to look too often. C, I only think about money when markets fall. And finally, D, I'm not really sure how my money is allocated anymore. Okay. There is no right and wrong answer. Just reply with this letter. Then stop the silent strategy. No explanation, no follow-up line, let me know no context or anything. The lack of context drives the curiosity gap. Remember, the lack of context drives the curiosity gap. If you explain why you are asking, you kill the tension. You need the client to wonder a little more. Okay. Why it works? It is harmless. Starts with purely out of curiosity, signaling no immediate sales threat, low friction. They don't have to type a sentence, just a single letter, A, B, C, D. Self-awareness. It forces them to categorize themselves, lowering their defenses. Generally, people respond within the first few hours. You can definitely try it. Okay. What is the golden rule over here? Do not pitch. When you send this message or the letter or the email, they have opened the door. If you immediately try to sell a product, they will shut the door immediately. You must validate their feelings first. You are responding as an observer, not as a salesperson. Do not forget this rule. If the response is if they say A, then they're the trackers. That usually means returns matter to you, but peace of mind matters more. This is the response. You can take a screenshot of this slide as well. If they say B, that's actually a healthy approach. Most people like you still benefit for a periodic check. If they say C, that's very common. The market stress usually shows where structure is missing. And finally, if they say D, that's the unsure one. That happens slowly, not suddenly. Happy to help you bring clarity. Do notice that how none of these responses ask for a meeting yet. They are simply validating the client's actual reality in their mind. Now that you have validated their behavior in the finally, then you may ask for the meeting. Do it softly and naturally. The client started the conversation by replying. Okay. You have sounded observant to the situation, not pushy. The meeting may definitely feel useful, nothing which is promotional at all. Remember, people don't book meetings to talk about products. They book the meetings to understand themselves better. These kind of questions opens the door for people. Is there any particular slide that got missed? I would love to take you through that one by one so that you can definitely take screenshots if you please. This is the first one. Second, third, these are important ones. Now I'm going to share a poll right now. From today onwards, I'm going to take your views about what you want to be covered for tomorrow. The polling question coming up on your screen now. It is about client hesitation and closure. You have to pick your choice, what's to be tomorrow's session. The one that gets the highest vote gets covered tomorrow. You can definitely have multiple options over here. I'll give you exactly 1.5 minutes for this. And I would request everybody in this session to give your responses. At the end of it, I'm going to tell you which one has won. The last 45 seconds. Last 30 seconds. There is a close fight between two groups. I do understand they are very, very close to each other. It's great. 90% of you have responded. Can I have 100% of you respond, please? 92% have responded. Fantastic. Great. So I'm going to shut the poll now and I'm going to share the results. The result is on your screen. Closing without pushing or convincing. Okay. This is going to get covered tomorrow. Okay. Closing without pushing or convincing. And there is a very close one, which is handling silent prospects after sharing details with them. So that is the second one. Maybe I'm going to cover both of them in some details tomorrow, both of them. Okay. It's my promise that I'll get both of them covered tomorrow. Closing without pushing or convincing and handling silent prospects after details. All the best, everybody. And I have one more request. Give me a second. I'm going to share a link. Okay. If you are truly enjoying the sessions, then I would request you to just share your reviews on this page. This is coming up on your screen right now in the chat box. Give me a second. Yes. I know many of you have already shared your reviews. For those who would really love and care, share your honest feedback. I would love to take it up from there. All right. The link is there in the chat box. And tomorrow, the top two sessions would get covered jointly. All right. Thank you everyone for being in this session. Thank you for sharing your reviews with us. I would go through every review one by one. That's my promise. All the best and have a great day ahead. The markets are going to rock today. All the best.